come, and they both want to entertain you. Both teams have come to play, had a lot of times to play their trait right now, and teams met earlier on in the event over the course of the weekend as well. Both teams played. Now they dump it back out. Balmoral wearing the green and white jerseys. They're going from left to right on your monitors or sets at home. Kicked all the way inside the corner this time. Nice play. And that was thrown in the corner by Schroeder. Megan Schroeder's starting goaltender. And the goaltender at the other end is number 31, Kerwin. She played yesterday and a couple of other games. Pretty much all weekend long she's played. Of course, Ridley College has a shorter bench. Young ladies come to play and enjoy themselves here for the weekend. They have control of it now. Not going to get control. Finally throwing it back out. They dump it all the way back out to the center ice area. Carr goes inside. She goes in deep to the line. Takes a shot. Rebound. Unable to capitalize on that one. And Wabek goes after it. Now Carr picks it back up one more time. Centering all the way back out to the blue line area. Nice little bit of dispatch. Hirschfeld takes a shot. That was blocked. Rebound high. Right on goal. Save. Not going in like that. And nice stop once again by Kerwin. And she comes up. She is a little bit under siege so far. Well played. Nice tempo and a quick start to today's game coming to you from UBC. A lot of young hockey teams coming in, and I think there's a couple of young players coming in. I think Adam team coming out to play here next at UBC. A lot of road teams coming in to travel, play out here, and they really enjoy it because this is the home for the UBC men's and women's Birds teams. Tom throws it all the way over, cross ice on the far side right there, getting a shot high off of the backboards. This is easily picked back up. Tom had it. Warbeck was the one that wanted it. Now Tom throws it back inside the corner, taking it off back behind that. Boeheim gets control of it. She throws it back out in front. Wabek goes back after it. Takes a shot off of the post. Now it goes wide inside the far corner. What a tremendous shot on that play. Boeheim has control. Trying to center it all the way back out to Taylor Wabek at the point. Unable to do so. And now they'll break their way out of their own zone and come straight down the ice. Ray Dobson goes in. She's the captain for the team. She goes deep against the goal line. Holding on to it. Now deep behind. Well behind the goal line. Moves. Sidesteps the referee so she doesn't get run over. Now they go back out to the center ice area. Block. Picked back up. And Carr just throws it back in. Off of the wall. And it goes back down inside the zone for Ridley College. Ridley College from St. Catharines, or St. Kitts as they call it back in Ontario. Just outside of Waterloo. Very familiar with the area back there. And they have control once again. Long cross-ice pass down the ice. We have an icing indicated and called. So the face-off once again will be back inside the zone for Balmoral Hall. Balmoral Hall from Winnipeg area. Had a lot of chance to talk to some of the young ladies out there. Coming from various areas of Manitoba. Extremely familiar with both teams' areas and the geography from the area in which they both come from. Inside the corner, going after this one. Forrest pulled it all the way back down. Now Forrest is going to go after it. This is picked back up by Ray Dobson. She throws it back out to the blue line on the far side this time. Jaski was the one that threw it inside the corner. Now they're turning it back around to Forrest. Forrest holds on to this one. Nice play to get it back. Jaski pinches all the way back to his own line now. Now Lyon goes after it, unable to get control of it. Lyon breaks out of her own zone, and as does number 17, Shayak, and Shayak threw it in. Icing is waved off by the young lines person on the far side. And they come all the way back up ice the other way. Snow goes down. Snow goes in, cuts to the middle. Snow pushed off of the puck, waiting for it. Now they have control of it. They pick it back up again, and they dump it back inside their zone once again. And Mahoney goes after it. Mahoney stays with this one. She has it against the wall all the way back over, far left side. Rebound right on goal. Big save. A little bit more traffic in front there than what we've got outside today. Only because everybody's staying home. Too much snow on the ground. And we have had our fair share and then some. We've had enough snow out here, probably to last us for about the next 7 years. Hard to believe, but the young ladies, it doesn't matter where they come from. The only team that's frustrated with the snow are some of the young players from our own local team out here. The rest of them are saying, hey, we love this stuff. We're used to it. Well, we're not, thank you. They have control once again, pinching this one back inside. Browley goes after it. She throws it back behind the net. Now they're trying to pick this one back up. Hooked off of the puck. Play carries right on. Now they throw it all the way back out. Tom goes after it. Got a penalty coming up. This minor penalty is going to be going against Ridley College. Referee back at center ice. The play is well inside the corner, a good 60 feet away. Now they're pushing back after it, trying the centering pass. Breaking in from the far side. Guimond goes in, taking the shot. This was grabbed and stopped by one of the Ridley players. Ridley College players. So we have a minor penalty and a holding call called by the referee. Trying to see which one's coming over to the penalty box. I think they've all respectfully declined the minor penalty. Nobody's going over. Second opinion. Yes, now they're going back over. I think she just wanted a second opinion to take her time to get to the penalty box. Unaware how that played out. They have control. The young lady's sitting in the penalty box. Van Roboys is sitting down for what she hopes is a full 2 minutes. 15:43 remaining, first period of play. No score in the game, so Balmoral Hall on the power play. They give the cross-ice pass back over on the far right side this time. Wabbick gets all the way back down. She goes, and she's the trailer right now. She's going to go after it, unable to get control of it. This is picked back up easily right there by Wabbick. Morgan Wabbick was the one that went after this one. A little bit more of a collision course behind the play. Looking at it, not sure whether they were going to have a line change right now as far as Ridley College. Obviously wasn't going to transpire that way. Now they go back the other way, and they pick it back up. Forrest comes inside. She has control. Goes back over. Right side wall. Back out to the center area. Blocked and stopped once again. Wabbick goes in. Wabbick gets it back one more time, all the way over on the far right side. This time waiting for it was Leah, and Leah couldn't get control. Now it's shot off of the boards. Wabbick goes back inside the corner. She wanted to get control of it, but it's dumped all the way back out to the center ice area. And this is picked back up by Balmoral Hall. And Taylor Wabbick goes inside. She just rips it off of the backboards, and it goes from one side to the other. Jaski goes after it. She tried to clear it out, failed to get control this time, and Saar comes inside. Carr goes back after it, gets it back a second time on a long stretch pass right there. Unable to keep it back on side. They give it back over to Wabbick, and they tag up at the blue line to get themselves on side. Wabbick comes back inside, driving for the front part of the net. Waiting for it was Tom, out of her reach. Now they give it on the far side. Huge shot taken by Carr. Holding on to this one, coming inside the corner to try and help out with this is Boehm. And Boehm out of her reach, so now she wasn't going to put her stick on it. Stopped on side right there. Nice play, and Hirschfield got the shot right through, and it's dumped all the way down the ice. And Balmoral Hall on the retreat inside their own zone. 10 seconds remaining in the minor penalty. Going against Ridley College. Then the team's back, 5 aside. They go inside, trying to split the D. Forrest comes inside, almost stole this from her. Now Forrest throws it, not out. Forrest goes back after it a second time, and they'll turn. And Hirschfeld has it inside her own corner for Balmoral Hall. They get up it all the way back up. Hirschfeld gets up, gets over center, throwing down. I think they're saying that she wasn't over center. They're saying she was a little bit behind the center line, so that was an icing call. Two young ladies on the ice. Back inside the corner, quick call. 13:40 remaining. No score in the game coming to you for this final game here at the Doug Mitchell Thunderbird Sports Center. Our pleasure to bring the call for today's game. It's been an exceptional weekend and just a ton of fun coming down and meeting some of these young ladies that are playing the game and talk about the careers, what they want to do and what they want to end up. There's going to be, if they all live up true to their word of what they want to be, there's going to be some pretty rich young ladies out there in the next little while. So guys, if you're looking for a wife, hey, you've got work. Something might work for you. Yeah, some of them have some pretty marvelous ideas, and I really wish them well. I hope it works out for them because that's always nice to see when it happens. Off of the boards, picking this one back up. Shot right there. This one's partially blocked, and they're going back after it. Jensen goes back after it in front of the penalty box area. They're all pushing it. Jensen goes back once again, and they go back over to Deerling. And a special shout-out to Mr. Deerling who is listening in. Hope he's enjoying the broadcast once again. If you are, give me a shout. Let me know on Twitter. Let me know how your day is going and how your weekend's going and what you've got planned for the upcoming week. It's just simple. It's at Sportswave, and speaking of at Sportswave, the referee has an at penalty. This penalty is for slashing minor penalty. So never mind getting the first minor penalty and not having a power play opportunity for Balmoral Hall. They'll get the chance to do it all over and get a second power play opportunity with 12:48 remaining in the first period of play. No score. Scoreless game coming to you from UBC. Face-off is outside the neutral zone. They have control. From the draw, they get it all the way back. Carr goes back after it. She gets it a second time. Now they pick it back up, and they just rip it in off of the far wall this time. Nice little bit of a dump in by Leah, and she had control of it for a second. Now they'll go back the other way. Failed again. It was out of her reach. Now they retreat inside their own corner. Schroeder comes out of the net to stop this one, and Schroeder eventually leaves this puck wide open for Wabbick, and Wabbick dumps it back over in the far right side, straight up the middle part of the ice. A couple players collided. Offside at the blue line right there. Leah was offside. And she was indicating to the referee that she was knocked down behind the play and taken off of the puck. Could have a good valid point. But the referee said, no, I didn't think so. So rather than waste energy, don't waste your time. Just go back over, take a face off, and think about what you can do. And bottom line, good things happen for a reason. That might have been one of the good things, especially if you score a goal. It'll really be a positive thing. Now they go back the other way, throwing it back inside the zone, all the way back over. Leah was one that gave it back. Now they throw it back up to Carr at center ice. Carr goes down left side, rips this one in, almost hammered the linesman in that play. Careful play so they don't get hurt. Some players just rip it in and don't know who's going to be on the other end of the receiving end of it, but that case almost hurt the linesman. Cross ice, far side. Picking back up. Now they throw it back around over on the right side. Leah comes in, takes a shot, knocked it wide inside the corner. And that was by Curran, and Curran got this one out of the way, and they throw it all the way back down the ice. Good, strong defensive play right there by Ridley College. They throw it back inside the zone, going after this one. Leah goes in, but icing is waved off right there. Picked back up by Newman, and Newman dumps it down the ice. Careful play to get off the ice. This is one of those hurry-up plays. We were talking about the calls earlier on about too many players on the ice. I'll get back to my train of thought of that because I'd like to see a rule change implemented for that, and I'll tell you what it might be. I know people have second thoughts, but I think it's a perfect rule. Back all the way straight down, going inside. Leah comes inside, takes a shot, but that was partially blocked. Tom threw it back over on the far right side this time. This was actually picked up. Miss Wagon had it. Miss Wagon gives it back. Now Miss Wagon goes back and gets it. Back out to the center line, back over to Tom. They tag up to get onside, and now the offside is nullified, so coming out of the net to stop this will be Kerwin. She holds on to it, clears it down the ice. It's going to go inside the zone. Minor penalty has expired. Team's back, 5 aside. So basically, they have killed a 2-person advantage. Notice how I'm politically correct on those things? I was taught at a younger age you have to be politically correct. Straight down, across the line. Careful to stay on side. Coming out of the corner this time. Good forecheck thrown right there after they're going against the wall. Trying to pick it back up. Now they'll clear it back around. Failed to get control of it. Now they take a huge shot. Rebound. Shot. Scored. That was bouncing inside the corner. Nice goal. I was getting ahead of myself right there. JWHL goes in. I thought that was going to go in, but I was absolutely shocked that Kerwin made that save. That was a remarkable save. Stop like that should be signed by the Canucks tomorrow. Far side. They dump this one back inside the corner over on the far right side this time. Going after this one. Chasing it back down is JWHL, and she goes back. Throws it to the blue line area. Kept on side at the blue line area this time by Hirschfeld. Hirschfield had it. Now they'll pick it back up, and Deerling will throw it all the way back out to center ice. And then Deerling's going to chase her man down, and Tom gets this one in front of the penalty box. She gets control, rips it all the way back in. Off on the line change is Tom and Boehm going off on a well-respected line change right there. Fresh legs on the ice. So it was basically 5 off and 5 on for Balmoral. In front of the penalty box area. Hirschfeld gets in. She gets up and over center, throwing back inside off of the backboards. Pinching back inside to get control. This one easily right there is Shayak. Shayak goes after it, unable to get control. Now they pick it back up at center ice area, and Guimond throws it inside the zone. Icing again is waved off. Now they'll take it back behind the net. Clearing it all the way over on the far right side wall this time, and Snow gets control. She throws it, not out. This was partially blocked, kept in the zone, and Shayak comes inside. Easily leaves this one. Guimond has it. Guimond trying to dump it back out. Takes her man off the puck. Now we go back down. We have a penalty indicated and called this time. I believe it's going to be going against... I'm looking right now. I think it's going to be going against Balmoral. Interference penalty. Interference penalty. This is because you ran a pick at the blue line, so that's going to be the face-off. Okay, rule change that I'd like to see for the too many players on the ice, only because I think there's too much confusion for the young officials. I think it would be something simple. If you've ever watched a lacrosse game, in front of the benches, the full length of both benches, there's a blue line on the floor, the full length of the benches. If you're between that line and the boards, the players' bench, there's no penalty. It takes all the onus off the young officials. Everybody knows the distance. No coach can holler, no mom or dad or grandparent can holler. I think I would love to see that rule alone implemented for hockey to help all the officials out, more or less the officials, and especially the younger officials for the line change procedure, because we've seen a lot of penalties this weekend called for too many players on the ice, in which if that was implemented, they wouldn't have been called. Anyway, that's my train of thought for the day. We go back inside. Snow has control, taking it back by the line all the way back over far side. They get it back out to the blue line area. Newman takes a shot. Block, stop, rebound. Not going to happen this time. A couple other players come inside. They're pushing and shoving. And they decide to skate away after the referee says, thank you very much. We've had enough traffic in here, so we want back out. And they will. They'll do exactly what they were told. 11:06 on Canada's West Coast on an overcast, miserable weekend in Vancouver. Only because we have too much snow. If it was raining, we'd probably be complaining about that too. A little easier to drive in, though. That goes all the way back down. Kerwell comes out, stops it, holding on it. She easily leaves this one back for Newman, and Newman picks this one back up. Now she throws a dangerous pass in front of her own net, gives it back out to Snow in front of the penalty box area. Snow is going after it, unable to get it inside the blue line area, and this is stopped by Newman once again. Now they throw it back around. Far left side, nice huge shot taken, rebound, scramble, kick straight forward right there, out of the reach of anybody. Anybody that was going to get it, Van Roboys goes after it. We have a delayed penalty coming up, and this one's going to be going against Balmoral Hall. Goaltender's off for the extra attacker. Shot, stop, rebound, pick this one back up again. No whistle on that play, and there's a reason for that. And the reason there was no whistle when the goaltender had it deflect off her is because the rule stipulates that in order to get a penalty and get the stoppage of play on a delayed penalty, you must have possession and control, not a deflection. Different from lacrosse. In a lacrosse game, if you take a shot in the goaltender, the whistle goes because you've released your shot. So there you have the different rule segments between both leagues, hockey and lacrosse. And of course, hockey is Canada's national winter sport. Lacrosse is Canada's national summer sport. They have control. 2-player advantage right now. And it's still a 2-player advantage as 1 second goes off of the clock right now. New center coming in right now. Deerling will come in to take the drop. Deerling pulls it back over, gives it against the wall on the far right side. Back over to Browley, back over on the far left side this time. Cole had it. Cole gets it back, takes a shot. That was blocked, rolled off of the foot of Tom. Goes back out to the blue line area. A little bit of a give and go play right there. Jaski throws it around the wall. Over on the left side wall this time. They'll leave this one back, and Cole will pick this one back up. Cole goes in. Back over to Jaski, far right side. Jaski back to Cole, left side wall. She goes back in, takes a shot. That was blocked. Dangerous play coming off of the wall with it trying to get control of it. And Mahoney, it was out of her reach, so she couldn't get control of it. So they go back down behind their own goal line one more time, and they'll pick this one back up. Cole steals it. She comes straight up the middle part, just over the blue line, now over the center line. They go back down, 1 player short, so there's still a power play for one more player and another minute and 10 seconds. Far side, good cross-ice pass, huge shot, high over top of the net. They're all going to chase this one back down. Van Roboys goes after this one. She was unable to get control of it. Now it goes back out the blue line. Cole takes a shot, kicked inside the corner. Nice little bit of a kick-out play right there by the young goaltender, and she's doing very, very well. Of course, Schroeder being tested so far, being tested early. I don't know what the shot counts is, but she's been tested and overworked a little bit. Rebound shot. Once again, she stops and holds onto it. And again, a little bit more traffic in front. Roboys takes her stick and decides to skate away after her and Miss Wagon had a couple of words of wisdom talking about days of our lives in the next little while. See how those things are going to play out and what they're going to be doing. So they have it. On the line change, the linesman's going to be calling everybody back in for the drop. 6:28 remaining. First period of play. New center coming in right now. Sometimes it takes more time to throw a center out and get a new one in than it does just to drop the puck. Waits, getting it back to the blue line area. Nice play to keep it back on side by Newman. Newman throws it in the corner. Another delayed penalty coming up. This one's going against Balmoral. Out to the blue line. Looks, drop pass going after this one. Give them the puck. I don't know why they don't just give Balmoral the puck on this play. And I'll tell you my thought process on this too. My logic on that one, when the arm went up for the penalty, we have a cross-checking penalty. When the referee put her arm up for a penalty, the penalty clock said 35 seconds. So by keeping possession of the puck, you virtually gave away 14 seconds off a 2-man advantage. If you had to give him the puck right away, just pass him the puck. That referee blows the whistle right away, and you give a penalty power play 2-man advantage for an awful little more time. Don't ask me where I come up with all these quirky rules all the time. I just sit and think about them, and I've got nothing else to do in my life except sleep and dream of rules. New center coming in again. They're going to have this one. Another one coming inside, so they'll be tossed out. Morgan Wabick goes back to the goal line this time. Heavy push off of the face-off right there. Pushed off of the puck right there was Miss Wagon. Now they center it back out blue line, taking a heavy shot right on goal. Big stop right there. Nice stop, and Newman was the one that just hammered that right on goal. Players getting a little bit more boisterous and physical behind the scenes right now. So they're coming back over. They're going to face off. This time it's going to be on the right side of young Miss Schroeder. So they're going to come in for the drop as they put their sticks down. They got it. Now it goes all the way back out to the blue line area. Forrest has control. Forrest give it back around, this time to Newman. Newman throws it back inside the corner. They're trying to get it past everybody, and they did. And Van Roboys couldn't put her stick on it. Now it goes back around again to Newman. Newman takes a high shot over top of the net. Everybody ducked on that, even the referee. Forrest has control. Forrest trying to get it back over, getting this pitcher shot away. Failed to get it. Van Rolboys goes after this one. She gives it all the way back out to Newman at the point. Newman cross ice, far side, stopped by Forrest. Forrest leaves this one back, and they eventually got it back around, this time to Snow, and Snow throws it in the corner. Shot, scores, nice goal. What a remarkable passing play right there. And they got that one in the goal, and that was worth the price of admission to come to UBC today and make your trip to the West Coast. What an exceptional goal. Nice cross-ice pass, well-timed, and that was what we like to see in the world of hockey and the world of being extremely efficient in goal scoring. Back out to center ice, that puts them up by 1, and that's also a power play goal as well. There was still 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining in the minor penalty. So teams back, 5 aside right now. From the draw, they pull it back forward once again. Mahoney goes inside, right side. A little bit of a scrum ensues against the wall, unable to get control of it this time. They throw it directed at the net, not on the net, but at. A little bit of a difference between both and the meaning of both. Now they throw it back down the ice, and they're going to chase this one back down inside the corner. They're going after it, unable to get control. Now they cleared it back out to the center ice area. Bassett's going to go after it. She gives it back over to Tom. Tom throws it straight forward, inside, across the lone right this time. Again, pinching back inside. They want to get control of it and see if they can jam that one on net. Well, Lyons out there. Lyons wearing number 8 for Balmoral. Lyons going to go after this one. Coming also in to help out on the same stoppage right there as Ringer, and Ringer was pinching inside. Waits. Lyon goes in. Now Lyon decided at the last second, instead of going into the play, she went off on a line change. Now they're holding on to it. Cross ice all the way back out to Bassett. Bassett's on the right side, throwing it back in front. Lee is going to go after this one. This is picked back up by Jaski, and Jaski clears it. Just throws it behind her own net this time. Throwing in a long stretch pass all the way down the ice, and they'll just dump it back in right by the left side of the goal this time. 4 minutes remaining. First period of play. Ridley College leading by a 1-0 score so far. Offside at the blue line by ever so much. Just by a couple of inches, not by much. Van Rolboys was the one that didn't think it was offside, but she's not going to argue too much. I think she knew that the whistle was for a specific reason. So the referee is over at the bench talking to the coach on the far side. Pay attention. It's all about awareness. Can't drop the puck if the referee is not ready. So not sure what the discussion was about, but there is a discussion between the coaching staff. That's Sarah Zacharias, the coach for the team. Jerry Watson's the other coach for the team. She could be the assistant, but the way she's talking, she might be the boss right now. I see the hand signals now. That it reminds me of my wife when I don't do dishes at home. You didn't do what, when, and why? So now we're going to go back, going to have a sort of agree to disagree on that, I'm assuming anyway. But regardless what happened, Sarah got the last word. From the draw, goes all the way back out to center. Leah's going to go after this one. She tried to pick it back up. Overstated the puck. Couldn't get control. Yellowega goes back after it. Now they get control. Deflects up and out of play. We talked earlier on about the coaching staff, and of course the coaching staff that we'd want to make mention, Amanda Benoit-Walk, as well as Celeste Doucette of the coaching staff for the Ridley College team on the bench. They have a third individual. I apologize. I do not know who that is. They only told me there was 2. They must have done a little bit of soul searching and went on a recruiting spree last night and found someone else to come on the bench with them. Leah throws it back inside over on the far side. Yellowega goes inside, deep to the goal line, throws it back behind the boards this time. Leah goes after this one, gets away from the referee, not going to get control of it. Now they go back the other way, and it's against the wall, holding onto it. They pinched back inside, looks cleared at the far right side boards, and they dumped it eventually out to the center ice area, and they break their way in, straight down, going towards the net. Browley comes in. She overskated the puck. She eventually lost it that time. He gave it back to Ray Dobson, and Ray Dobson misplayed the puck. Now they go back up ice the other way. Nice little bit of a turn, but a spinorama and a dive right there. On the diving play right there, the only thing that was missing was a splash when she hit the ice. Perfect little dive right there. Nice little passing play to get it back inside. Which 13? I think we got all the players. I think all the players are on our roster. At least that's what I'm assuming right now. So we'll just double check and keep our eyes peeled for that one. I think we've got, we do. We've got, both team has a 13, so I believe we're okay. They'll come back in for the draw. The linesman's getting set to drop the puck. I keep looking at the sign that says victory. I don't know. I'm not sure whether they're talking to me or one of the teams. Holding on to it. I think it's more for the men's and women's hockey team here at UBC as well. Back over to Wabick. Wabick comes all the way straight down. Nice play to get control of it. She just ripped it in over on the far left side corner this time. They're going to chase it back down the ice, and Wabick's going to go after this one a second time. Taylor Wabick will go after this one inside her own zone. Out to the center line. Long stretch pass. Back. Stopped at the blue line. Holding onto it for a split second. That was Morgan Wabick had control. Taylor's number 4. Morgan's number 10. She throws it straight forward. This is blocked and stopped and picked back up out of the air by Forrest, and she just clears it back inside the zone. And Wabick throws it straight up the ice. Nice little bit of a pass forward back up to Lee. She comes inside. She's going to go after this one. Offside on the far side. So 2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining. First period of play. Ridley College leading by a score of 1-0. Ridley College located in southern Ontario, just off of Highway 401. Of course, Highway 401 is the main predominant highway that goes all through southern Ontario. Some people might call it or consider it part of the Trans-Canada Highway, which indeed it is. Goes from east to west. Far side, going right on goal. Big stop right there, and they hold on that one. And, of course, Balmoral Hall coming from Winnipeg. And if you're on the Highway 401 and you carry it out and you kept going west, you'd eventually go up through number 1 and go through Winnipeg around the perimeter road, not directly through the center of Winnipeg, but you go through the perimeter road and come out by Headley, and then eventually make your way west out to Portage and beyond that and go from there. They throw it back inside. If you're traveling roughly from Winnipeg to Regina, it's about a 6-hour drive. Done that in several different times throughout the course. Now they back it all the way out to center ice here. They go back inside their own zone. Bassett's going to pick this one back up. Picks up some speed. Bassett, a long stretch pass. Back out to Boehm inside. Now they go back inside their corner. They're trying to get control of it a second time right now. And Tom comes in. She's after it. Tom pinches back in. At the blue line area is Bassett. Bassett stays there. Tom is inside the corner, right to the hash marks. Now she pushes it back and takes it back behind the net. And Newman throws it down the ice. Icing is waved off. They obviously felt that someone could have played that, but I'm assuming that the someone that they are instructing could be Miss Wagon. Miss Wagon throws it straight forward. Now it goes back inside the zone. Stop, picked back up by Jansen, and she drifts it from one end to the other. The minor penalty has got about 4 seconds remaining, and it has now expired, so the teams are back 5 aside. Stop, blocked right there. This is picked back up as they're all chasing it back down. Going after this one. Snow was the one that was going after it a second time. Not going to get control of it that way. Bowley goes after it, out of her reach. Snow backs back in her own zone. This is stopped and thrown straight forward on the far side to Jansen. Jansen goes straight down across the line. Careful play to dump it back forward inside the zone this time. Back over to Mahoney. Mahoney attempted to take a shot, but that was blocked and intercepted by Balmoral Hall. And Balmoral Hall will do the same thing. Intercept another pass right there. Bowley goes in, takes a shot off of the back corner. They pick it back up. Now they go back the other way. Turning over at the hash marks against the wall. They're trying to get control of it. And they're coming back inside the corner once again. They're still pressing back inside. Good pressure showing. And Van Roboys has it off of the back wall, throwing it all the way back out in front. And the clock says we have 13 seconds remaining in period number 1. So with 13 seconds remaining in period 1, I'm not sure we get a penalty or we get we get a ice clean after this period, or they just have a little bit of a quick break. Ice clean maybe possibly after the third period, but we'll know when this period finishes. That's the best thing I can tell you right now. Back out to the center ice area. They throw it back inside. Icing was waved off. Referee pinches back in, trying to get control of it. Now they go back around the wall the other way, and the buzzer goes to end period number 1. I'm seeing the teams leave the bench. I'm not sure. So we are getting an ice clean. We will. So that will give everyone at home that's listening in, welcome to our broadcast coming from the West Coast. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast coming to you from a snowy weekend in Vancouver from the Doug Mitchell Thunderbird Sports Center. Hope you're enjoying the game. That'll give you time to put on some more fresh toast, make up some bacon and eggs, grab another cup of coffee, and come on back and join us for period number 2 right after this quick timeout. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Doug Mitchell Thunderbird Sports Center out in University of British Columbia. We are set to kick off period number 2 right now, and we are underway from UBC. From the Rock all the way back inside, around the wall this time. They're going to pick this one back up, looking at dumping it back inside, waiting for it. Now they'll take a chance and throw it back out to the center ice area. They get control. Balmoral Hall are wearing the white jersey. Shot narrowly missed on the outside. And, of course, Ridley College from Ontario, they are wearing the orange-colored jerseys. They take it back. Looks, clearing it around the wall all the way over, this time on the far right side boards. They picked it back up. Cole had it. Couldn't keep it on side. Good attempt and great try right there. And Newman has control. She gets up, throws it back over. Good little bit of addition to Forrest. Forrest goes in, throws this one straight forward. Right on goal. Nice stop right there. And Robertson gets the chance to take the shot right on goal. Special shout out right now. Hey, Tracy, hope you're doing great. Just got your note saying that you're having a great day. You're enjoying it. I hope you don't burn Jig's dinner back there, because there's nothing worse than burnt bacon and eggs and all that. And I hope you're enjoying watching the game. And enjoy your son's junior hockey game tonight. All the best to you and the rest of the family. Thanks for tuning in and joining us and sending the note. Appreciate the kind words. Back out in front again. Going back after this one. Picked back up. Mahoney has it. Far side wall. Now they take it back behind the net once again. Wavick picks this one back up. Easily dancing around all the way back out to center ice like a ballerina. Now she goes back down the ice. Chasing it back inside the corner. Far side. This is picked up by Jasky. She tried to clear it out. Lost it. Not going to get it that way. But we have a glove hand pass indicated. Both officials had this one. The referee as well as the linesman. Or being politically correct in today's world, we have to call them linespersons. 18:54 remaining in period number 2. Ridley College up by a 1-0 score so far. I have no idea what the shots are, because they're not listed or not being kept down in the penalty box area. Wish they were, but of course everybody could have their own guesstimate on shots right now. Could be 53-1 for all I know. They pick it back up, taking it back behind the line, holding on to it, twisting and turning, holding on to it. Hirschfeld has control. Now she gets it back and just throws it around the wall all the way over on the far right side this time. Boehm gets control. She tried to clear it, lost it this time, and this is stolen by Wabick. Now they give it back over to Boehm, and she gets all the way out. At least she went one way, and her attacking player, Jasky, went the other way. She was just upended completely like a top. Now they go back inside, right in front of their own players' bench. Now they wait for it. Balmoral turning back in the corner. Dangerous play to go deep behind the goal line once again by Hirschfeld, but nonetheless, she still dumped it up and out of play. Almost ready to hurt the coaching staff over on the bench. Don't hurt them. Amanda and Celeste might get upset and throw the puck back at you. That's the last thing we want to happen. 18:09 left. Period number 2 out here at UBC. As we made mention, an overcast, miserable weekend basically out here. And if you don't believe me, just turn on the Weather Channel, because it's horrible out here. And when we finish this, you can turn on and watch the Super Bowl 51 game. More or less. I love the halftime, though. I watch the sports. I love the sports, but I enjoy the halftime. I love the halftime. That's the best part of the whole program right there, Dan. And it's funny. I'll tell you, next whistle I'll tell you about this, and we'll get back to the action right now. Now they come off of the wall, holding on. I almost lost my train of thought, which easily happened because I'm an older person. Now they have control. They dump it all the way back inside the blue line area. They pick this one back up. They're chasing it back down this time. Newman clears it out. That was blocked. Stopped, kept onside. Back by Sandeland. She goes in, takes a shot. This is stolen again by Newman, and she throws it straight up the middle part of the ice. Now they're breaking their way in. Going after this one. Ray Dobson comes in, takes a shot. The backhand shot. This is stopped and blocked by Wabick, and she clears it all the way out to the blue line right in front of the bench for Ridley College. She skated by. Everybody just sort of smiled at her right there. Talking about the Super Bowl, upcoming games and all that stuff. Got an interesting story if you want to have a read. It's on my website. My website is sportswave.ca. Story is about Canadians, 5 Canadians, winning the Super Bowl championship. So it's interesting reading, but I was talking about the Super Bowl. The best thing I like about Super Bowl, and we were having this discussion up here, I love the Budweiser commercials. And I don't like to promote any type of advertisement, but I love the Budweiser commercials. I think that's the best part of the Super Bowl. For the commercial part. I know they're expensive too. Kicked inside the corner, something I'm not going to buy. Kerwin goes after it. She kicked it against the wall this time. Coming off of the boards one more time. She held on to this one. Leah has control. Leah dumps it back out. Nice shot, long shot taken this by Misswagon. Penalty coming up this time. Minor penalty is going to be going against Ridley College. Schroeder, she is going out of the crease and makes it over to the players' bench for the extra attacker. Still in possession right now. Good play to get the shots away. Right goes through the goal crease. Holding on to this one. They're trying to set up this perfect shot right there, and Yellerwagen holding on to it. You want to get control of it. Yelwager goes after it, but we have a stoppage of play. I think there was a little bit of a scrum. I don't know whether anybody got possession, but regardless, we have an interference minor penalty right now. This is assessed by the referee. And the young lady assessed the minor penalty, so she is over at it. And I'm so glad to hear from Tracy earlier on today, and I still hope you don't burn breakfast. They're coming back inside. Linesman says, square yourselves up, drop the pucks, and away we go. And we go all the way back out this time. It goes back out to Wabick at center. This time she's got to chase it inside her own zone by about 45 feet. Now she'll come all the way out the right side. She gets up the center, gets over center this time. Carr is with her. Shot ripped down the ice. Icing is waved off because they just got assessed the minor penalty, and they've only served about 20 seconds of it so far. So a big power play for Balmoral. If they want to tie the game and get it even, this is the opportune time to do it right now. Now they come back out. Good play, cutting back to the inside. Wabick goes after it. She got tripped up. Wabick, good play, and she gets back up and gets it back a secondary time. Now Carr goes after this one. Olivia Carr goes after it against the wall, far side. Now Wabick picks it back up. Off of the wall, shot right up top, off of the left shoulder this time, and good smart move. And Kerwin held on this one. Not going to let that one get loose and bounce wide, so she wisely holds on that one. Fresh legs coming on the ice for the players of both teams. Quick line change. And the linesman going to call everybody back in. Let them know that everything is all fine. We'll get set and drop the puck once again. Olivia Carr got the draw, pushed it straight forward. This time it was grabbed and thrown all the way down the ice by Browley. And it goes from one end to the other. And coming out of the net to stop this one easily will be Miss Schroeder. She held onto it. Now they give the cross ice. Back out in middle. On the far side, Wabick goes in. Also breaking in towards the net on the drop pass right there. Couldn't get it to her. Leah goes after it. She misplayed this one. She lost her footing and fell down. Now they get back up. Kiana Leah has control. She takes a pass and passed it back over, and Wabick got the shot away on that play right there. Now they'll throw it back out to the blue line one more time, and Taylor Wabick has it a secondary time. Now she throws it back over left side. Carr takes a shot, missing the net. Now Wabick's going back after it again. 35 seconds remaining in the power play. Back over to Wabick, far left side. She goes in, passing, backhand shot. Couldn't get the shot away, and it rolls against the wall all the way over on the far right side this time to Leah. Leah throws it back inside the corner. Kiera Leah, and she dumped it down the ice. Chasing it back inside her own zone. 15 seconds remaining in the power play. Now they break the way in. Nice play by Snow going in. Forehand scores! And Snow goes in and literally puts it in and just sinks it behind young Schroeder to get another one on the board. And that is a short-handed goal. 8 seconds remaining in the power play right now. Coaching staff for this one. Amanda as well as Celeste pretty excited the way that one played out right now. 2-0 score. Short-handed goal. Always tough when you give up a short-handed goal. On the breakout, that was just a tough clearing play right there for Balmoral Hall. Go inside and capitalizing on the misplay. Cole stands up in the penalty box. She is set. She comes back onto the ice right now. And Cole's going to go after it. She gets a wide open break straight down the ice. Cole comes inside. Tom takes it off of her stick. And Tom throws it all the way back out to the center ice area. Misplayed this one and picked back up right at center by Sandilands. And Sandilands chases it back down again inside. Tom goes after it. They tag up at the blue line to get themselves on side. And they pick it back up again. Tom has control in front of the penalty box area. She gets up, rips it off the top part of the glass. Now throws it off of the back blast. Holding on to this one, pinching back inside is Sandilands. And Sandilands still fights for it inside the corner. Comes out of the corner with it somehow. I don't know how she did it, but she did. Shayak is in front of it, trying to tip this one back in. Not going to get through to her. A little bit out of her reach. And now Ridley College will come up the ice inside the corner. They're going to go after this one. Pick back up. Mahoney has it. She's against the wall over on the far right side this time. They're both fighting for it right now. Neither one can put their stick on it and get a good finishing shot away. Now they have it again going after this one. Mahoney goes after it. She's pushed off of the puck inside the corner right behind the goal line. And they go back up the other way. Balmoral getting it all the way back out. Ringor comes down. She's tripped up. A penalty coming up. And we have the whistle go and a minor penalty going to be called. Is it a trip? Sure it is. It's a tripping minor penalty. So the faceoff will be taking place inside the corner right now for Ridley College. And of course, you've got to wonder if you're the coaching staff right now for Balmoral, maybe you should disallow that penalty. Say you don't want it. And the only reason, my logic for that is the last time they had a penalty, they scored. So if you tell them you don't want it, chances are they might not score. That makes sense to you, Danny? That's what I thought. Makes sense to a lot of people. Maybe not the ones that write the rule book, but it makes sense to me. Far side, nice shot taken right there. Wabbick got the shot right through traffic. And we have a slashing penalty assessed right now, and this one's going to be going against Balmoral Hall. Referee caught a slashing penalty right now. She's going to call this one. Slashing penalty. They said that she gave a little bit of a too heavy of a love tap right there in front of the net. So she'll go in the penalty box and sit down. And the one that's going to be sitting in the penalty box, Olivia Carr, she's going to be sitting in the penalty box for what she hopes is a full 2 minutes. Team's playing 4-a-side right now. 6 seconds between both of the minor penalties that were assessed. First one for a trip, second for a slash right now. Different teams. It's ripped all the way down the ice. Icing is waved off. Said it deflected off of one of the players. One of the players got a valid point. I think that was just a little bit of a mind lap from the linesman. The player said, I didn't touch it, and she's absolutely correct. She did not touch the puck. Should have been icing, but it wasn't. So tomorrow's another day, and maybe with any luck, the snow will go away. So we're going to have an icing call. If it didn't happen at one end, it's going to happen at the other end for sure. And they question that call. Now, those are calls that realistically, I don't want to sound like I'm beating a rented mule to death, but those are calls that if those things happen and it's an icing and you're a referee and you know it's an icing, as a referee, you should be the one to make the call. And the reason I say that is because you're the one that's got to solve any problems. And if you don't make the call, you've got to disallow a goal or have a discussion with a coach. So to me, it makes sense. Shot back out to the blue line area. Newman goes in, takes a shot. That was blocked. Now they pick it back up and get all the way back out to the center line. And they throw it back inside once again. Boehm comes inside, waits. Newman steals this off her stick. Now she goes back around all the way over on the far right side. And they dump it back out to the center ice area. Holding on to this one. Got an injured player on the ice. Really an injured player. Blow the whistle. Thank you very much. Injuries on the ice take priority over any goal or offsides or anything. If you got an injured player on the ice, you're always wiser to blow the whistle. So we're going to have a minor penalty because somebody was chirping from the bench. I think we got a minor penalty. I think this minor penalty is going to be a bench minor. I think Mr. Wilson might be getting the penalty. The referee was really quick to tee them up. So regardless of what takes place, the injured player that's on the ice on the far side is from Balmoral Hall. Balmoral will get a minor penalty right now. Referee was really quick to tee them up right there, and I believe this is going to be a bench minor penalty. Wearing number 9, that's Delaney Boehm, and she's the one that's slow to get up on the ice right now. The training staff coming out, looking at her. I'm not sure. So the referee still having a discussion. Now we're going back. Not sure what transpired, but I'm looking on the far side. I think they're calling the trainer over. I think the trainer for the Ridley College is going to come over to help out. That's what you like to see. Going to go back over, take care of her. Safety first and foremost for any team player. I mean, the game comes secondary. And the young lady reffing, man, oh man, I wouldn't want to get her mad at supper. She teed that coach up, Jerry, really quick. Hook, line, and sinker. Jerry's got to be sort of scratching his head wondering, what did I say? Well, he knows what he said, but I just can't repeat it. Probably said, I'm sorry. No Valentine's Day for you. Christmas cards in the mail for next year, and you're off my list. Thank you very much. They pick it back up, dump it all the way back out to Snow at center. Snow breaks her way in. She comes in, and she is flying high, just like the weather outside. Back in, cross ice. Forrest holds on to it, thinks about giving a cross ice. She eventually got it back. A little bit of a play from Forrest back over on the far right side this time to Newman. Newman gets it back on the far left side. Forrest is inside. Now giving it back, taking a shot right on goal. Big stop. And Schroeder comes out once again with a nice, remarkable stop to keep that one out of harm's way. Not going to let that one get in. 40 seconds remaining in the minor penalty going against Ridley College. And then they'll find themselves in a power play. One for 6 seconds and the other one for about 1:28. Players, no urgency. They're both sitting in the penalty box. They both looked apparently very comfortable down there so far, all three of them. From the draw, back out to Forrest. Forrest gives it back over on the far side, this time to Newman. Newman gives it back. Thought about giving it to Forrest. Snow had it instead. Now you're back to Snow. Snow comes off of the wall, looks going inside. Far side, back over to Newman. Newman goes in, rings a shot, deflected wide. Nice play to deflect this one back inside the corner by Robertson. And Robertson gives it all the way back to Newman. Newman pinches in, takes a shot, kicked in the corner. Nice stop by Schroeder to deflect that one inside the corner. Well played. Nice time shot. Snow back in the corner, throwing it back out. This rolled off of the heel of the stick of Robertson. Now she gives it back over once again over to Newman. Back inside to Snow. Snow couldn't pick this one back up, and Tom steals it and clears it and gets it over as far as the blue line. Newman holds onto it. Looks, hammers it towards the net off of the back wall. They're on a power play for about another 48 seconds. They still have a one-person advantage right now. Far side, cross ice, picked back up. Now they break all the way out of their own zone. Straight down the far right side. They're coming back in. Wabick goes in. Tried to cut to the middle. Overskated the puck. She went one way and the puck went the other way. And Wabick's going off on a quick line change. Now they go back in front. Carr pushed off of the puck. Now Carr's going to go back in the penalty box for a penalty for a body check probably. Out of their own zone. Kicked inside the corner this time. And this will be picked back up by Leah. And we have a penalty calling for I'm going to call a head contact penalty, a head checking penalty. Checking to the head, 2-minute minor penalty. I found over the course of time, this is what they're trying to implement. Instead of calling an elbowing penalty or predominantly roughing penalties, they're trying to implement and call pretty much a checking to the head penalty because of all the safety and concern about concussions. A little bit of concern, one of the players coming off the ice. The coaching staff or the trainer for Ridley College goes back and makes her way to her own bench. So I hope the young lady that was on the ice, I hope she's okay. That was number 9, Delaney Boehm. I hope she's all right. We're looking, and we'll keep our eyes on to see if she can come back on the ice and get back involved in the play. Jaski gets it. Jaski for Ridley College throws it back inside. Nice play. Jaski pinches back in. Now she throws it back around. Van Roboys takes it inside the corner. The first minor penalty is expired. Now it's a 5-on-4 situation again. We've seen this picture before. Back down on a steal out on the breakout pass right there. Leah goes around. 1-on-1. Leah breaks away. Right side going in. Forehand backhand. Shot scores! What a nice play. Oh, baby, light up the Christmas tree. We have a party. What a move. That was sweet. She came out of the box. She stole it and went wide open. And that gets a shorthanded goal for them. Never mind Ridley getting a shorthanded goal. They basically said, hey, if you did it, so can we. And they did exactly what they set their sights out. Nice goal. Great foot speed, and she heard footsteps behind her, but she never quit skating. She just kept going. Kiana Leah got control of that, and she just ripped that one home. Mom would be proud of you on that shot. Back inside. Yeah, we hope Mom's watching too. I hope so. If you are, Mom, if you're watching, send me a note on Twitter. It's @SportsWave. Let me know that you saw that goal and whether you thought she made a good move or Dad taught her the wrong way. Back out. Sometimes you never know. Far side. Now they're picking this one back up. They're going to go inside the corner once again. They'll pick it back up, and Leah throws it all the way down the ice. Icing is waved off. They're still shorthanded for an even 1 minute. Now she gets it back inside her own zone once again. Kiera Leah, she throws it out to the center ice area. This is picked back up by Forrest, and Forrest throws it back in. Inside, careful play. That would have been offside had she gone inside. Good, smart heads-up move right there by Shaylin Snow, so she didn't put her players offside of the blue line area. She knew who was going on and who was going off. Now they had another quick line change. They'll come back in from the far side. Also out there is Allison Deerling. And Deerling goes over. Now she's going to come in and chase her behind the net. Block, stop, picked back up by Snow. Snow goes in, rips it toward the net. Now Newman comes back inside. She goes in, takes a howitzer of a shot. Narrowly missed on the outside post, and Forrest comes in from the far right side. Now Snow comes back in again. She's trying to go out. Moving at it. Not sure what she's trying to do. They're all pushing down there. A little bit of a scrum ensues, so they decide to have a stoppage of play. And a face-off. No problem with whistles like that at all. I like it when they blow the whistle and stop the play so no one gets injured. 12 seconds remaining in the power play for this bench minor penalty. Mr. Jerry Wilson obviously wasn't pleased with something that transpired out there, and he's explained it to her, but the way I guess he explained it, she took exception to. So it goes inside the corner once again. They're going after it. Wabick goes after it. She tries to clear it out. The minor penalty is getting set to expire. Carr finally stands up. 3-2-1. She's back out, and the minor penalty is over and done, and she is back on the ice. And in lieu of that, once she comes back on the ice and goes to the bench, we have an icing call. So never mind going from one end to the other. That's exactly what they're doing. They're trading spots, going from one end of the ice to the other and having a quick stoppage right there. Nice play, well-deserved stoppage, but obvious icing call as well. So now it's thrown back inside. And they'll wait for it. Picking it back up as they take it off of the back wall this time. They just throw it deep against the boards, holding on to this one. Wabick has control. Wabick throws it against the far left side boards, and they just bring this one back inside the corner. Picking it back up, or trying to, is Mahoney. Grayson Mahoney goes inside, cleared it. Not out. This goes right, just narrowly missing the outside right post this time, and Schroeder holds on this one. She wasn't going to let that one get through. Now they chase it back inside. Line change coming up for Balmoral Hall this time, and Ridley College goes offside at the blue line by about 1.5 feet. And then they decide to have a line change at the same time, so that's a well-deserved change. Young goaltender for Ridley College, getting a drink of water, putting her mask back on. At times, she's had a lot of work, and another time, she hasn't been tested too much. Going in, nice shot kicked inside the corner this time by Schroeder. Schroeder's, I think, been overworked if we were counting the shot department. Far side, they're going to try and pick this one back up. Now they get all the way out to the center ice area, chasing it back down, turning right at center. This was picked up by Cole. Cole throws it, misplayed it. Now we go back by the goal line, and Coline stays with her player. Not going to let her get loose. Now they lost it once again, and they'll come out of their own zone. Ray Robson throws it straight up the middle. They're breaking their way in. Snow comes inside, cuts the middle, front hand, forehand, back, and scores! Nice going, and Snow, she was all over, and she cut, and she put it top shelf. Nice, well-played goal, but what a nice burst of speed to come all the way in from the blue line area to put that one over top of young Schroeder to put them up by a 3-1 lead right now. 7:33 remaining, second period of play. Players are enjoying themselves out there. They said they're having, never mind, just an awful lot of fun. The other part that they're really enjoying is just the simple fact that they seem to be enjoying their time in Canada's lovely West Coast. They have control once again from the draw. They throw it all the way back over. Right side, they're coming inside, trying to get control of it. They just cleared it over on the right side boards, cross ice. Straight up the middle part of the boards this time. Back to Ringer, and Ringer dumps it inside the zone. Ringer's going to be inside. She's a trailer that she's coming in last to chase this one back down. Also coming in is Sandilands. Sandiland eventually picks it back up, throws it back to Ringer. Ringer takes a shot. She goes after it another time, and it was a little bit out of her reach, and she was unable to get her stick on it. Newman throws it straight forward, careful to stay onside. Newman cuts to the net, rebound, shot narrowly missing the outside right post. Newman goes outside the crease, so she doesn't get called for an infraction that she might not want later on. Dangerous play. It was over right through the blue paint in front of the crease this time for Balmoral Hall. A couple players push over in the right side corner. Now the referee has to move. Wrap around. Nice try right there. Back out. Jaski takes a shot high over top of the net. Now they'll pick it back up, and Jaski's calling for it again. They just didn't see her to give it to her. Now they have control of it, and they work their way out of their own zone. Ringer goes down. She dumps it inside the zone. Ringer, as well as Sandilands, going off for a line change. Both players had a good shift on that time right there. Now they get control, throwing it down the ice. And that was a well-deserved change right there because Ridley College are sort of under siege right now. A couple of quick breakout plays right there that have gone against them on the transition on the bad pass going the other way. So they'll go back inside their zone once again. And we'll have a face-off just time to the right of the young goaltender. Kerwin playing fairly strong between the pipes right now. Had one go by, and I don't really blame her on that shot. That was just an explosive shot going inside right there. Chasing it, Morgan Wabick goes after it in the corner. Centering pass, back. Carr takes a shot off of the post. You could hear it from here to the east coast of Canada right there on that long shot. That was picked back up. They cleared it, not out. Kept onside one more time. Now they throw it back behind the net. Solid forechecking throw, but coming in to get control is Forrest. Scores on a funny little play coming out of the corner. Unable to get that one loose, and they put one more on the board and gets it at a 3-2 game. Nice play. Full credit on that one. That was a very, very impressive shot. Funny little setup, though, but sometimes you have to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good, and either way for right now for Balmoral Hall, they're working both to their advantage. 5:48 remaining, second period of play. We have a 3-2 game. A whole new ball game right now. Now it goes back. Leah goes after this one, unable to get control of it. Trying to pick it back up. Miss Wagon throws it straight forward. Then it goes back inside their zone, and we have an icing call? Sure we do. That was one of those time calls, and we have a slashing minor penalty called by the referee. And a 10-minute misconduct as well. Oh, she said something nasty to the referee. So we have a 2 and a 10. So she is going to sit in the penalty box, and I don't know what transpired, but Amanda and Celeste are not pleased with what took place right there. Referee is over there. Now, this is the deal. If you get 2 and 10, the minor penalty goes first, then the 10-minute misconduct starts. So someone's coming over to serve the 2-minute minor penalty. And whatever took place, whatever was said, not happy. They will wait for it. Got the minor on the clock right now. The referee indicated, told the timekeeper what's going on. So the minor starts now. And the misconduct starts about 3:34 after that. They do not start the same time. And that's across Canada and the United States for AHOS. Back out to the blue line area. Far side, right side, they're going inside, trying to get the shot. Nice play. Jorgensen had control of the puck for a second. Now it bounces back out to the center ice area, and they're going to chase it back down. Wabick is over on the far side this time. She is calling for it. Never heard her to give it to her. Now they come out the right side. Wabick's the trailer. She eventually got it, and she comes straight up the ice, giving it back over to Wabick. Two Wabicks on the ice right there. We have Morgan as well as Taylor. Taylor wearing number 4. Morgan wearing number 10. Shot tipped high over top of the net. They're going to go after this one and chase this one back down. Kiera Lee had control of it. Now they throw it back around the wall. Taking it, trying to get control, but this was blocked and stopped by Ridley College, but it was easily intercepted back behind the net to Lee. Back over to Carr. Carr holds on to this one. Back out to Wabick at the point. Wabick cross ice far side this time. She gets this one back over to Taylor Wabick. Now back inside. Wabick to Wabick on the blue line right there. Now they go back around. Looks trying to set this one back up. Picture perfect play. Never worked and never set this one back up. Carr goes in. She takes a shot. Narrowly missing this one. Trying to get the shot and the tip in right there by Leah. And this is picked back up by Snow, and she just rips it from one end to the other down the ice. And as it goes down the ice, we have a 35 seconds remaining in the power play. Cross the line. Careful to stay onside. They turn. They twist. Now Carr goes after it. She's pushed off of the puck. Play carries right on. Two of them bumped inside the corner. Waiting for a little bit of a scrum ensues against the wall. Do we have a whistle? No, we don't. Thought we might have had one right there, but we do not have a whistle. So it's thrown all the way back out to the center ice area, and it'll go back inside the zone, and Tom will pick this one back up. So as Tom holds on to this one, she's slow to come out of her own zone. They're on the power play for only about another 2 seconds. Tom takes a shot, deflected inside the corner by Kerwell. Now the minor penalty is expired. Team's back, 5 aside. And it's dumped all the way down the ice. Out of the net to stop this is Schroeder. Schroeder throws it straight over on the far right side this time, and Carr turns inside the corner. She's being hounded off of the puck by Robertson, who comes inside to help out. Now they break out of the other side of the ice, and they go back down, and Guimond comes inside, runs into the linesman right there. Had nowhere else to go other than say, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you there, but the linesman was in the way, so either way, it's all fair game. Good play. Play carries right on. Now they go back inside the corner. Shayak is pinching back inside. She was going after it. Now it's dumped back out to the center ice area once again, and Tom steals this one. Tom rips it in off of the backboard. Is going after this one. Chasing it back down, and we have an icing call. So we have 2:52 remaining in period number 2. Just need a pen. I just want to jot something down real quick here. My pen's in my bag, and my bag's about 100 miles away. Thank you, sir. I just want to double check and write something down so I know, so I don't forget. They still push forward in the corner right from the draw right there. They were going after it. Ringer comes inside. She was unable to get control of it. Sandilands goes after it. Now they throw it all the way back out to the center ice area, and it's dumped inside the corner. Far side. A couple players collide right through the goal crease. Careful play right there. 3-2 game. You don't want to allow the puck go through your goal crease like that and give away an errant goal. Now it goes back out. And Kiana Leah has control, and she gets it out to the center ice area. Cross ice, overskate of the puck. This is blocked and stolen right there by Deerling. And Deerling throws it over in front of the penalty box area. Inside once again. Leah has control. Dumped it straight down. They get it inside the corner this time. Kiana Leah goes after this one. She blocked and stopped it. Now they give it back over on the far right side boards to Van Roboys, and Van Roboys threw it back out. Delayed offside. Not going to be called because it was dumped back in by their own team. Now they come down the far left side. Under 2 minutes remaining. Second period of play. Shot backhand goes through the goal crease right there. Everybody stays out of their way. Now it's kept onside the blue line area. Wait, shot. Nope. Referee says no. First initial was off of the post, and the referee gave a real quick wave off, and they're going over. They're having a bit of a discussion, but there's not a lot more discussion carry right on, other than the fact that the referee did a real quick wave off. So as they give the wave off right there, the minor penalty, or the misconduct penalty correction, is still being served in the penalty box area. A lot of time remaining. Summer Rae Dobson was tagged with 2 and 10 on that play right there. So she is sitting in the penalty box area. And Ridley College is pressing inside, tries a centering pass, unable to get control. This one now Tom has it, and Tom tries to come out of her own zone on the turnaround rebound. Shot stop right there by Schroeder. Nice save, but what a turnover. And Schroeder had to be alert on that play and put her pad on the outside of the post to stop that and prevent it from going inside. So we have a face-off once again inside the corner. It's going to be over this time over in the far right side, the young goaltender Schroeder. Megan Schroeder, the goaltender, starting between the pipes. Her sister, the backup, Corrine, sitting on the bench. Right now, she's sitting on the bench getting cold, as is the goaltender, Madison Campbell, for Ridley College. They have control of it. Now they have it back inside the corner. Centering pass, back out, going in, taking a shot. Wabik got the shot. Stop, rebound, save, going in. Big scramble ensues. Now they come back inside again. Wabik goes after it. Far side wall. Jaski goes after it. She picks it back up. Pushed off of the puck. Easily played right there. And Lyon comes inside. She tries to get it. Now that not going to happen. Less than 1 minute in the second period of play right now. And Ridley being hemmed inside their own zone. Good pressure shown right now. Taylor Wabik goes after it. Not going to keep that one on side. It's just drifted down the ice. And we have a icing call on the play right there. So the faceoff once again back inside the zone of Balmoral Hall. 3-2 game. Balmoral Hall trailing by 1. Teams are back 5 aside, despite the fact that we've got a player in the penalty box. It's a misconduct penalty. She doesn't get out till the third period. A lot of extra time in that minor penalty being allowed to serve right there. They come in right from the draw, holding on it. Ringor pinches back in. Now they give it over on the far side. Bassett comes in from the blue line area. Bassett continues to get it. Shot right to the goal crease. Rebound, not going to put her stick on this one. Ringor tried, though. Now they just shoot it around the wall. Ringor comes inside. She goes after it. Fail to get control of it. Now they go back the other way, and they just take it back behind the net one more time, and Shayak comes out. Shayak pushed off of the puck. A little bit of scrum, and the buzzer... correction, the buzzer, not the buzzer, it was a whistle. Either way, the referee stopped the play. 9.5 seconds remaining in period number 2. A lot of time left. Few people come out to watch the game today. Hope everyone enjoys the broadcast. A couple of diehard supporters fared the weather and come out and stayed with us. And mind you, they were in their own beds last night. We weren't. This is going to be picked back up over on the far side this time. Stolen. Cole has control. Takes it behind her own net, trying to kill seconds off of the clock, and she does. Cole pushes behind the net right there. A couple players come together, and they're not wishing each other a happy Easter right now, I can tell you that. They're both going off. Teams will go to their respective dressing rooms, get a little bit of a timeout. And young Summer Rae Dobson not pleased with what transpired in the simple fact that she got a 2 and 10, so she's going to go over and have a discussion with the referee. What did I do and what did I say? And they will agree to disagree because they're not going to take any time off the misconduct penalty. A lot of time remaining in the misconduct penalty because, as we mentioned earlier on, the misconduct does not start till after the minor penalty finishes. So Rae Dobson just sort of says, sorry, in so many terms. So we'll have a quick stoppage of play. Coaching staff as well. Now we've got Sarah coming over. Sarah Zacharias coming over, and she's going to have a discussion with the officials as well. They'll get it all sorted out one day and figured out. So the Zamboni drives onto the ice. We have a 3-2 game right now after the second period, and Ridley College leading by 3-2. Grab another cup of coffee. Come on back and join us for our third and final period of this long weekend, and we're going to be joined by Danny throughout the entire third period. He can add all sorts of words of wisdom and illustrious wit throughout the third period, and I'm hoping he can do that. Can you? Sure you can. Well, at least he says he can, so he's nodding his head, so that's a bonus for me. All right, we'll be back for our third period call right after this.
and I'm up.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Third period about to start as the two teams make their way back out to the ice. Whatever happened down in the second period, there's a long extended discussion between the referee and both of the coaches. A young referee that's doing the game had a chance and actually spoke to the both referees, Sarah Zacharias with the Balmoral Hall, as well as, I think it was Amanda with the Ridley College. So the discussion was sort of a little bit hot and heavy, but they both agreed sort of to disagree. Now they're discussing the time the minor, the misconduct penalty finishes. But very pleased to be joined by the third period now off and on, joined by Danny Upstall. And Danny, I could call him the media mogul or the media guru. He was the one that basically started the webcasting for the JWHL Hockey League in general. And he goes around a variety of different areas throughout North America, covering all sorts of games. And welcome to everyone that's listening in and joining in today, watching and listening in on the broadcast. We hope you appreciate it, because I know we really have had an absolute blast all weekend here from Vancouver. My first sort of kick at the cat for coming out and doing this for the entire weekend. But first off, Danny, thanks for doing this. I appreciate it. I know you're a heavy man to get a hold of, and really a tough, busy man too.
Well, thanks, Steve. And we've been doing this for a very, very long time. We've come a long ways. We started out with just filming and live streaming, no announcing, no scoreboards, no nothing. And look where we are now. Our average viewing capacity right now is probably, we started out maybe about 10 minutes per game. Now we're over 60 minutes per game. So it's really come a long ways. I'll let you get on with this here.
That adds an awful lot to, never mind the productivity, but the talent level that the league has to supply you with too.
A lot. And the whole thing is that we always want to improve. And I've seen this league, go down to, 5, 6 teams, back up to 12, and now we're back to 8. So hopefully everything's, just going to turn right around with this league, which it has been doing, and continue to grow.
And indeed it will. Shot, save right there. Nice stop. But in part, that also goes along with the people that you've got helping you out throughout North America as well that work with you.
Yeah, we have people all over the East Coast that give us a ring, and we have announcers and we have other videographers. And our group has really grown the last 3 or 4 years. And that's why we don't have to bring a whole crew with us across the plane fare. That's going to cost this league a fortune to do it every time.
Yeah, because I might not be allowed across the border because there might be a wall up when I want to go across.
That's right.
So we're just going to stay at home right now. But we'll talk more about that in a minute.
Let's just get on with the game inside.
Balmoral, they push it back inside. Pressure takes a shot high over top of that. This time it goes over on the far side. Taylor Wabick picks it back up. She rips it around the wall. Now chasing this one back down. Taylor Wabick's going to go back after this one in the far right side corner this time. They tried to control it. Lee had it. Now they throw it back out. Long shot taken by Wabick one more time. Off of the boards. Now they'll pick it back up behind the line, and Leah goes after this one. Pushed, tripped up. A couple other players fell down behind the play. Now it goes over on the boards on the far right side. Tom comes in, takes a shot. Tom, it rolled off of her stick, going wide, and Mahoney has control of it, and she just dumps it over on the right side corner this time. Pinching in from the blue line area is Lyon. Lyon had a shift out there, and she got it inside the corner. Now she has to tag up at the blue line to get herself back on side. Wabick goes down, pushed off the puck. Play carries right on, and they get back up over center ice area, and they throw it straight in, right on goal this time. Rowley was one that threw that in from center. They got it right on goal. Now it goes the other way. Delayed offside indicated and now nullified. 18-15 remaining. Third period of play. 3-2 in favor of Ridley College. And Ridley College supplying a little bit of pressure. This was kicked out inside the corner by Megan Schroeder. Schroeder playing heavy right now. She's faced a fair amount of shots so far in the game today. As we mentioned earlier in the second period, no real shot tally clock right now to keep track of. So you can just judge for yourself and figure out how many they've had. Back inside, Snow goes in, shot, rebound, save once again by Schroeder to kick this one out with the right pad save this time. Now it goes back in front. Again, Schroeder stops it. She is overworked and underpaid and under siege as well over on the far side. Now they pick it back up and go up the ice. Carr has control. She goes back. It's over center by about 20 feet. Throws it back in over the goal line. They're going to stop and pick this one back up. And they clear it back out to Snow, and Snow just throws it straight up the middle part of the ice once again, up to Newman. And Newman gets over. She dumps it off of the backboards. Newman's chasing inside to get control of this one out of her reach, and Leah goes after it. Snow lost her footing and fell down. Now gets back up. Now it's dumped back out to center again, and Rigger has control. They throw it straight down. Far side. Rigger's the trailer. Back down. Cross ice. Trying to get it back into her. And Sandilands was out of her reach as well. Now they come back to tag up to get onside, and we have another icing call. But, Dan, you wanted to make mention of some of the individuals because there's a lot that, I mean, let's face it, I'm not familiar with them. But who are some of the individuals that help you out?
Well, we have Mike back east, who's been one of my videographer crews for the last 3 or 4 years. We also have Jerry, one of the announcers back east, that's really, really helped us so well. And there's so many other names that we can think of and we'd like to pass along to, but there's so much on the crew that's just helped us so much. And without these guys, like I said, it wouldn't be where it is. So we've really done our best to put the most energy we can into the broadcast.
Yeah, and it's not going to change and turn around overnight, but all you do is just sort of like baby steps with it, one step at a time.
That's right, and that's where we started from. And when Kush got a hold of us and said he wanted us to travel out, and the very first thing we ever did when we traveled, we went to North Dakota for the championships a few years ago, and everybody just loved it so much, and it just grew from there.
And it'll continue to grow as they break their way all the way straight down the ice, going inside. Nice shot. Rowley goes in. She was tripped up. Now she goes back after it after she gets back and going to go back after the play. Cole was the one that was also pinching back in. Now they'll get it. Shot right there, right through the goal crease on the far side. Waiting for it. Not going to get it out. Still, a misconduct penalty is still in existence right there. Serving it. A lot of time remaining. Clearing this one back around. Just shot off of the wall. Now they'll go back after this one. They'll pick it back up and they'll dump it back out. Trying to clear it back out. Snow was unable to clear it back out of this play, but it was a good effort. It's dumped all the way down the ice. Icing is waved off. No call on the play. Now they get it back to the blue line. They break and they go back inside, and they're holding out of this one. They wait. Now they go back inside. They dump control of it now, and now they shot it around the wall over past the referee. So the referee unable to get control. Now they come back inside. Dumped, nice little pay right along the boards all the way over on the far side this time. Unable to get control of it. They cleared it. Not out this time. It's kept back on side. And they'll take this time to set things up once again. Waiting for it. They want to get control. They're slow to work it out. Finally, they'll pick it back up and get out to center ice area. Leah goes back down. Also breaking inside is Yellowega. She comes in. Shot right through the goal crease. Leah's back out there as well. Now they'll chase and pin this one against the boards, and Ridley College trying to clear it out. Unable to right now. Kept on side. Cross ice over on the far side this time. Yellowega goes in, takes a shot. Also inside the corner is Leah, and Leah was going to get control of it. A couple players collided. Snow is down. Hasn't got up for a second. She is down on the ice. Stopped the play, and while young Miss Snow is down on the ice, I hope she's okay. That's Shaylin Snow. She's down on the ice. Very, very slow to get up. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on her and see how she works out and what she manages to get back.
Yeah, Steve, she's a very special player. We saw her play the first time, I believe it was in Boston, and she put on quite a performance, and she's a very, very special player, one of the top scorers in this league.
She gets back up under her own steam, so here's hoping that she's okay, because you don't like to see any player get injured, but she's going to go back, and she's going just down the hallway somewhat right there, and we'll keep our eyes on her and see how she does, see if she comes back out for another shift or two. Yeah, I've been impressed with what I've watched her bring to the game so far, and Shaylin Snow is a very talented young hockey player.
Yeah, she is, and there's like we said, this is Ridley's inaugural season, their first year they're in the league, so we got to see a lot of great players come through this team, and they've really grown too. So,
well, you're developing not only hockey players but young ladies into exceptional citizens of tomorrow as well.
Yeah, you are, and that's the whole thing. Is you've found out from a lot of these coaches in the interviews that you've done that these a lot of girls come and go every year because a lot of them want to get onto college, and
and you never know what they've got their sights set on either, as they want to be doctors, lawyers, business personnel. None of them want to be a politician, ironically. They all told me that. They take it back behind their own line, holding on to this one, trying to get control. Hirschfeld has it. Now she bumps inside the corner. Hirschfeld goes back after it a second time. She comes out the right side of the net this time, shoots it off of the boards all the way back out to the blue line area. Now they clear it. Now they throw it straight forward this time. This is picked back up, and Ridley College throws it back in. Whenever Ridley College gets a whistle, the misconduct penalty is expired, and it's over by now. Shot scores. There's what they wanted. That was a low shot. And the misconduct penalty should be over and expired right now. She went in at 3:54 in the period, so realistically it should be expired at 13:54. So they must be questioning as to why she's still in the penalty box. I know I would if I was a coach. I would ask. So they're having a bit of a discussion behind the play. Sort things out right now. Referee, linesman. Other linesman goes over on the far side. Not sure what she's waiting for because the clock says 13:36 right now. So we'll keep our eyes and see when she comes back on the ice because my calculations say she should have been out about 22 seconds ago. So we will wait. Now they throw it back inside the zone against the wall all the way over on the far right side this time. Picked back up. Easily played by Forrest, and Forrest is inside the corner holding on it. And we have a whistle and a stoppage, and now she comes back onto the ice. That took a bit of a while, but she eventually makes it back on the ice. One thing about her, she's well rested. She's going to be eager to trot and want to get involved in the play.
That's very true. So on the other team that's the inaugural team, too, is the Chicago team. And, boy, what a powerhouse they are, as you saw, Steve.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I had a chance to talk to the coaching staff earlier on, and we'll get back to the coaching staff first opportunity we can. They had to leave earlier on, back and catch the flight heading out from Vancouver Airport. And, of course, I said, well, be aware of the snow. And they said, like we worry about snow. That was the comments. Like, yeah, who cares about the snow? We don't. They break their way all the way inside the zone, going off of the far wall, picked back up inside the corner, chasing it back down, trying to get control of it. Van Roboy has had control for a second. Now she dumps it all the way back out to Cole. Cole throws it against the boards over on the far right side. 4-2 the score right now in favor of Ridley College. Balmoral, Hall, they're pressing. They're trying to come out of their own zone to get one more on the board. If they get one, that could conceivably lead to two, and now they get up and over center and just throw it inside the corner. Nice play by Ringer to dump it in from the center line. Well, she was well over center. Now they give it back over. Ray Dobson throws it back, and now they go back in the middle part of the ice right again. They'll pick it back up and go up ice inside the zone, and Russell had control. Russell goes in, goes to the far left side this time. She had control. She has pushed off the puck against the left side boards. This is blocked by Leah, and Leah has control, and she gives it back over on the far right side this time. That was blocked and stopped, and Guimond had it. They pushed inside their corner once again. Also coming in to help out is Leah, and Leah goes after it. Not going to keep this one onside, and it's going all the way down the ice, right over the goal line, and we have another quick icing call. So a lot of fun. And let's talk about the coach for Chicago a bit more.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, it's his first year, of course, and as we found out in the interview, which we interviewed him once before in Boston, and I wasn't on that rink to do that, but we do understand that he's from Ontario.
From Toronto.
Yes.
And I asked him, I said, do you live in Chicago? Who do you cheer for? Chicago Blackhawks or Toronto? He said, well, let's face it, I'm from Toronto. So I told him he has my sympathy. I had to give him a bit of a dig, and I can say that because I'm from Ontario as well. Shot narrowly missing the outside right post right there. So we both had a good chuckle on that one. Nice gentleman to talk to all the time, had a good time, and he really wants to develop the program in Chicago, and he wants to make it grow even bigger and better than what it is right now. He said he's going to look at a lot of players coming up, no different from the other teams as well, as that goes right a goal. And it's all about, we talked about developing the players from the coaching staff, but that's no different from all the coaching staffs and all the different teams in the league. They all want to develop the players for the future of the game.
Yeah, they really do, and that's what it's all about with these girls, is they want to develop them no matter what career they choose, and I've seen a lot of these players come and go over the years that we've been here too, and we wish them all nothing but success. And majority of them too, Steve, as we all know, they want to make, their dream is to make the national team and go to college, that kind of thing. But the best thing is to get an education.
There was only one that told me she didn't want to go to the national team, and that was Young Park, as they scored the goal right off of the draw, pulled it back from the draw, and they got this one in to make it a 4-3 game. Nice goal right from the get-go off of that draw in the face-off inside the corner, and they got it through, and they should be crediting this goal right there easily, going to number 16, Yellowwigger, and she had control of it. Favorite referee will go back out to center. Teams are back, 5 aside, no misconducts, no minors. Back out to center ice area, 4-3 the contest right now in favor of Ridley College.
Yeah, we got a close game here to end off the weekend.
Yeah, final game of the season so far. I mean, here in Vancouver to end up this one. Snow goes after it. Nice to see her back on the ice. She was the one that crawled off the ice earlier on, so it's nice to see her back on the ice and healthy and back in live action. Clearing it, far side. This is picked back up by Carr. Carr still has control of it. Now she throws it back. Gets around Snow. Waiting for it. Tom is on the right side, unable to get control of it. They turn, they get control. Snow takes a shot. Big stop right there by Schroeder to kick this one off. And we have a penalty called by the referee again. Interference minor penalty. This is going to give Ridley College another power play.
And you said one really good thing as we talked all weekend too, Steve, about these girls when they do get a penalty, they get right over to the box. Where, as we discussed it with any kind of men's league, it doesn't matter if it's peewee or bantam or whatever. There's a little bit of an attitude when they.
A bit of an attitude? There's a huge attitude with guys because they never think they do anything wrong. And if you don't believe me, ask their ex-wife. She will tell you all about it. Believe me, they do. They all think that, oh, no, they're going to make the NHL. Even teams that play at 10:30 at night, they think they're going to make the NHL, and somebody from one of the pro teams scouting. Oh. Shot on goal, another goal. And that goes inside, so that will be a power play goal once again, and that'll put Ridley College up by a 5-3 score right now. But I like the way they play. They play hard, they play aggressive, and they don't go over the line is what I mean to say.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They do play hard, but they love the game. And, of course, anybody who plays hockey should love the game. But these girls really come out, and they put every energy and every muscle into what they do. And I've had a lot of, I guess, help along the way, videographers and announcers, and they just can't. They've never seen it before, and they can't just believe how much energy they put into the game they love playing so much.
Yeah, very much. Well said. I don't argue with that one at all. Deerling goes after this one. She was unable to get control. This was out of her reach. Now Hirschfield has control. She lost it. Deerling goes inside the corner once again. They're trying to get control off the loose puck right there. Fail to get it. Ray Dobson comes inside. Looks not going to get control of it this way. They're not going to let her. And Miss Wagon comes inside the corner. She wants to stop it to play. The referee is standing there. A little bit like a rugby scrum inside the corner, but they eventually kicked it loose and goes back out in the middle part of the ice. All the way over this time on the far side. Newman gets a shot on goal. Kicked inside the corner by Schroeder. Schroeder is under siege at time. There's the clearing pass. What a tough play. It hit the stick right at center and blocked it from going down. Now they break their way all the way inside. Going inside. Sandelan goes in. Shot right on goal. Nice stop right there. Yeah, you talk about the players and what they want to do, and they're really, really focused on never mind playing. Some of them would like to make the Olympic team. They said it's a dream, but for some it could just be a pipe dream.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. I mean, not everybody is going to do it, right? I mean, that's reality. But the biggest thing is they get their education, and you know, a lot of them do want to get full scholar too. So that's also a good thing.
Well, I know it's got to be nice for the parents when the young kids can get a scholarship, either a boy or a girl. They can get a scholarship, even a full ride scholarship to one of the colleges or universities. That saves mom and dad a lot of money.
It sure does.
Saves dad taking a part-time job out. Picking this back up. Looks coming over center. Bumped off of the puck. Nice play and a dump-in play right there by Wabek. Taylor Wabek was one that threw this one in over on the far side wall this time. Yellowwager comes inside. She couldn't get control of it. Now it goes back and Tom has it. Tom throws it back in front of the penalty box area. Back over. Wabek had it for a second. Overskated. Leah's going to go back after it. Now they'll go back down the ice inside the zone the other way, and they'll pinch back in. Nice play to get control of this one. Mahoney goes back after it. She just shot it against the boards. Far side. This is blocked and stopped and picked back up by Yellowwager, and she throws it all the way out to center. Almost intercepted back at the blue line area. Team still playing five-a-side. All the penalties have gone. Now they go back inside. Shot pushed past the outside post this time. Snow just couldn't put that one on target. Had she put that one on the net, it might have been a better opportunity than what it was. They're still pushing inside the corner. Breaking inside. Long stretch pass down the ice. This was stolen. Easily pushed off the puck on the far side this time. And Bassett had it, and Bassett threw it back inside. Chasing it back down. Snow comes down the left side. She's going to go after it. Takes a shot. Grabbed by Schroeder, holding on to that one. Nice, well-played stop. But, you know, this is the first time, to my recollection, that we've had this in Vancouver. This is a nice feeling the way everybody's come out and just basically embraced the whole event.
Yeah, they have. And we were out here about 3 years ago for the championships. It was the same thing. Of course, the weather was a lot better. It was beautiful, sunny in March. But no, it's great to take this around the whole continent of North America and let everybody just see how much of a great league the JWHL is.
Well, the league is growing by leaps and bounds so far, and there's a lot more people know about it through all the webcasts that you've been doing the last number of years, which is really a proactive part of the game as well. Very positive. Deerling comes in, takes a shot. That goes off of the back boards. This is blocked and stopped and picked back up by Hirschfield, and she had it. Cleared it, not out. This is stopped. Hirschfield's going to go back after it a second time. She gets it this time. Now they're looking at giving it back around. Lions on the right side. Hirschfield comes inside, goes to the right side. Hashmarks takes a shot. That was blocked, pushed off of the puck. Hirschfield comes in, still presses back inside. Lyon comes in, gives it back to her this time. Now they throw it back the other way, and they get all the way back out to the center ice area and break their way back inside the zone. Going after this one, cross ice, far side, nice play, and that was literally taken off of the stick right there. Good back check by Tom, not going to let her get the shot away. Easily played. Throwing it over on the wall, over on the far right side this time, back around the center ice area. Hirschfield goes after this one, misplayed this one. Now they're going to have to go back and tag up the blue line and get themselves back on side. Shia comes back out. She's at center ice area. Now Shia comes back inside. She's a real little speedster. I like what she brings to the game right there. Now Shiak's going out of the zone, blocked, stolen, intercepted. Shayak was pushed off of the puck. Rager was bumped off the puck. Now goes in front of the penalty box area, and they break their way straight down. Ray Dobson comes in. Looks, waits, far side, Snow, back to Ray Dobson, and she's in front of the net right there. Pushed off the puck pretty easily right there by Hirschfield. And another quick stoppage of play.
Yeah, I just wanted to say one thing. Actually, Ridley actually did not go to Boston. They actually went to a little town called Colgate University, Upper New York. That was their first appearance, and the first time we ever saw this team perform, and we were very impressed with them.
Well, they're all talented teams that have come here, and they all have just a lot of knowledge as well. They're a lot of fun to be around and hang around, too. Just a lot of pranksters and jokesters, some of them. But when they're on the ice, they tighten their skates, they grip their sticks, they play extremely positive and take this very, very serious. Back inside, offside of the blue line. Good call by the linesman on that play right there. We're talking about the game and the officials. So far, it's an interesting scenario, having to match hand in hand.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It really does show a lot to what's been happening with this league over the years, I tell you. You know, all positive, of course.
Yeah, very much. They all have to continue, and every bit has a little bit of takes growing pains, and
yeah,
you know, it's just bit by bit. Some areas and aspects of different sports and different games learn in different areas. Now they go back inside the corner. They're trying to chase this one all the way back around. Cole comes inside. Cole tries to get this one away, failed to. Tried to get it away from Yellow Egger and failed to this time. Now they pick it back up, come out the far right side this time. Good breakout play. Forrest gets up the center, tripped up, and we have a penalty call. This time it's going to be going once again back over to Balmoral for an interference minor penalty in the penalty box. Will go Miss Wagon. So I know the one person that I've had a lot of dealings with this weekend so far is Mustard Jeff Eaton so far, and he's a man that's really overworked.
He's done an unbelievable job, and he's my real contact out here. I mean, I contact with the rest of them, but Jeff is, you know, he lives in my area out here in Vancouver, so, you know, every time I have a question or I have any kind of concerns, I go right to him, and he always gets right back to me ASAP, and this is the kind of teamwork that the JWHL does, and I think it's just great.
Well, you need teamwork to make it successful. No different from the two teams on the ice as they take the shot, rolling wide of the net. Snow was the one that got the initial shot away. Now they'll take it back behind the net. Forrest has control, waiting for it. Ray Dobson's all the way back out in front. She's trying to tip in. Now she goes far, takes a shot. That was blocked, and this is easily picked back up again by Balmoral Hall, and they just throw it all the way back down off of the back wall. Coming out of the net to stop this one is picked back up. Easily played. Kerwin had it. Kerwin's had a solid weekend and playing goal for the team so far. All the games she's played this coming weekend. Centering pass, backhand shot. Big stop once again by Schroeder. She made a remarkable save, and they just throw it all the way down the ice. 4:45 remaining, and talk about the young goaltender once again. Young Kerwin's coming out of her net to stop this one and leaves it from the back end. Waiting for it. They'll break out the far right side this time. Slow to come out. Rowley's at center. Still in control of it. They give it back over, and Darling was the one that had control for a second, then misplayed it. Quick play, fresh legs on the ice. That was close. It could have been tagged for a minor penalty had that been a little bit more, I guess, in the area of the bench for Balmoral Hall. Couple players too many. Now it's shot right on goal. It goes on the outside post this time. This is blocked. Cole steals it. Cole gives it back up. Jasky has control. She comes straight up the middle after she got it from Cole. Now she goes breaking in on the far left side. Drop pass once again after she gave this one all the way back over. Mahoney had it, and they throw it all the way back down the ice. 18 seconds remaining in the power play for Ridley College. Haven't had a lot of chances so far. Full credit for Balmoral for basically shutting them down for the power plays. Not going to let them any special team units. Clearing it out to center ice area. This is going inside the zone, and they will have a stoppage to play as soon as they get a chance. The minor penalty has expired. The team's back 5-a-side. We know exactly what they're going to be doing from this point on as they cross the goal line, going back inside, waiting for it, driving, trying to get the shot away. They take it back behind the net one more time, and this is picked up by Hirschfield. She lost it. Now they go after it a second time. Hirschfield just throws this one back. This time it goes over in the far right side corner, and Tom steals this one for them. Tom pinches back in. She failed to get it. Now they go back up ice the other way, and Tom's the trailer. She was wanting the drop pass, but not going to give it to her that way. In front of the boards in the penalty box area, and they go back to the inside front part of the boards. And now you're watching Ridley College come out of their own zone, get over center, and throw it back in off of the back wall this time. 2:50 remaining. Period number 3, last game of the weekend. Right now, for all the calls here, for all the broadcasters, as well as Danny, it goes all the way over, far side, going in, taking a shot, rolled wide of the target. Young goaltender actually got a piece of that one. Not by much, but enough to count, so that's what they do. They kept it onside. They're pushing for it just below our broadcast location, pretty much in front of the penalty box area to the left. And on that note, we have a stoppage and a scrum once again. So you talk about the teams in travel. What's coming up next for the league that you're aware of, Jeff?
Well, you mean Danny?
Or Danny, sorry. I was thinking about
Jeff has gone home to his kids. He's done enough
I was
work.
thinking about him, see?
Jeff is pretty tired.
So am I.
I know we all are. They have a Challenge Cup coming up in Washington, and what this is there's a huge amount of teams that come out. They don't live broadcast this because they want all the scouts to come out and see these young girls, the potential, and see what kind of future they hold. And then they have the playoffs coming up in mid-March or early March. I'll have to check the date on that. And that's live broadcasted in Buffalo, New York, and a beautiful, beautiful facility there. And they have their own in-house production team that does a very good job to bring that live. And, it's all free, of course. And that's the good thing about the JW. You and I were talking about this, Steve. A lot of webcasting leagues, or a lot of leagues that do have webcasting, they do charge you $9, $10, $12 a game. Well, JW has made it completely visible that we are not going to charge the parents. This is something that they love, and our views and our hits are huge because of this. And if we did charge them, it would just reduce all that completely. So there's no sense of doing that. But you and I had a great conversation talking about that.
Yeah, it is. People in today's world, they just want to be able to turn their computers on and or connect their laptop up to their television set with an HDMI cable and just basically sit and watch whatever's on. They don't want to, do all this payment stuff because that's just the way of the world, especially with the kids today. The kids are so magical at what they can and can't do. They clear it all the way back in. That was the case, and we were talking about that in a minute, with young Mateo, who was helping us out doing the broadcast as well. Let's throw him back inside, over on the boards on the far right side this time. This is picked back up. Now they get it across the blue line, dump this one all the way back inside once again. Wybeck comes in. She pushes against the net. The net is empty right at the other end right now. 2 minutes remaining. 5-3 the score for Ridley College. They push back inside. Shot off the outside post this time. Unable to get control of it. Now it's blocked to the blue line. Nice play to keep this one onside by Taylor Wybeck. She throws it in front. Tip wide of the net. Not going to get control of this one. Yellowega goes after it. Back out again at the blue line area. Looking at it, trying to set it back up to Tom. Tom's on the right side, cross ice, far side. Now they give it back out again at the blue line. Wybeck hammers it right in goal. And this is blocked and picked back up on the different bit of a transition play. And it's thrown out of their own zone. They try to get control of it once again, and they do. Funny little pushing play, and they get control across the line. Snow comes inside, takes a shot, right dead center. Snow just hit the bullseye and the target and puts one more on the board, and that puts it up double on the scoreboard. A 6-3 game right now. And that's pretty much all they wrote for the Balmoral Hall team, who will leave here and go home a little bit dejected so far after the outcome of this game. But overall, I've been very impressed. I thought they've had a solid weekend. Great group of people to talk to on the bench. Goaltenders going back inside the net. Nobody waited for it. We had this discussion earlier on.
Yes, we did.
About awareness that the officials have to pay a lot more attention to what's going on the ice. And that's not to be negative. That's just to be proactive and help them out. They take it back behind the net, holding on it. Ringor comes inside. She pinches back in. Ringor was pushed off the puck. Now she's going to go back after it. Ringor give this one back over to Sandilands, and Sandilands gets control over on the far right side this time. Nice play to get control of it. Guimond pinches in, unable to go to control, and now it's thrown all the way down the ice off of the back wall. And once again, we have an icing call and a face-off back inside the zone once again of Ridley College.
Yeah, and I just want to give my thanks out to everybody hosted out this weekend here in Vancouver, BC, actually UBC. Everybody compared to the broadcasters, the videographers, and everybody else who I haven't thought of. It's been a fantastic weekend.
It has. It's been an absolute blast coming out here. 40 seconds remaining, third period of play. Crossing all the way back inside, going in. Nice play to kick this one back inside the corner. Going after this one, easily picked back up once played. And Deerling was one that had a chance, unable to put her stick on it. Icing is waved off. Out of the net to come after this one and stop it. Coral goes after it, not going to get control. Now they just throw it back down the ice. Do we have an icing? No, they said it was waved off, so the officials will just let the play continue. And they take it back behind the line. They're coming out of their own corner. A little bit all over right now except the final buzzer. 10 seconds remaining in this third period of play and the final game for this event from the UBC Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia. They come off of the boards holding out. The buzzer goes and the teams will go to their respective goaltenders, give them a little bit of a tap on the pad, talk to them, then they'll do the traditional handshake, which is always great to see. But it's been a tough weekend. This, you come out, you work with an event like this, you put it on, you really show your strong support for the whole entire event, and then all of a sudden, it's almost like you're raising a young child, and then you just let him go, and now you've got to go and start all over, or go home and figure out what you're going to do next. So these young ladies will travel home, travel safe, and get back to their respective areas. And I really hope sincerely that they've enjoyed their time out in Vancouver.
Well, I know they have, and every girl that I've talked to, and you too, Wallace, Steve, and the other announcers have all said this too, that these girls, they do love to travel. It's hard on them. They travel from one end of the continent, usually to the other, and you can't get any farther west than Vancouver. And I hope they'll wish them all safe travels. And this is our last period, our last kick of the can for the year, so I want to thank the JW for having us out again this year. And all the improvements that we've done with the live scoreboard, the announcing, the clock, is it's a big advantage for us this year. And hopefully, and I know not hopefully, but I know for next year there's going to be some more improvements that's going to make the broadcast even worth more watching.
Well, it's interesting because I appreciate all the notes and the little different indications and thankful notes that we've received on Twitter from all the families around the country to talk to us about the games they've watched and talked about and stuff like that. And, of course, no different from other sports. There's always room for improvement. And the only way from this game forward, this game or other games forward, is just one step at a time and see if you can improve. Because if you stay the same, I always find if you stay the same, the product eventually becomes stagnant.
Yes, it does, and that's something that we've done, and the league has done a tremendous job in pushing us to IH Video Productions and coming up with some ideas, and when they have a suggestion to us, we listen to it. We don't ignore it, and we either say we can do it or we can't, and we want to always say that we can do it, no matter what they're looking for, and we want to always want to improve the broadcast because I just want to say one thing. Since becoming on YouTube also, our hits have been bigger, but our viewership has been more worldwide. And we are having viewers from all over the world in different areas of the world that usually wouldn't watch women's hockey that are watching this. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and not only on YouTube about coming on and watching it for the free aspect, but also the length of time they're spending watching the games. Instead of watching it for like 4 or 5 minutes and going away and doing the vacuuming, they're staying on and they're watching the entire game, or they might be going and making a sandwich or whatever and then coming back. But the games are still on, and they're getting a lot of time adjusters as well.
Yeah, they are, and that's the big thing since we brought announcing into this. And we did a little bit of announcing last year, kind of a hands-on announcing, but the league really wanted to push to get pros like yourself, Steve, and throughout the rest of the content on here, so they can go do whatever they want, and they can leave it on, and they can go from there. But I want to wish all the teams the best of luck, and especially in Buffalo. You think it's intense now. Yeah, I want everybody to tune in to JW and watch those games because these girls really take this playoffs coming up very seriously. They want to win the cup. That's their goal.
We talked throughout the broadcast of having the chance and the luxury of going around talking to different individuals, and of course Haley Wickenheiser, just to name one, Danielle Goyette, another one of the coaching staff now with our Team Canada that plays for the Olympic Games. The Olympic Games are not that far off for Beijing for the young ladies that are competing in this one. And if they set their sights and they do a lot of training, a lot of development, and they focus in a proactive manner, anything can happen. And despite the fact that you might not think you're on the radar for an Olympic look later on down the road, you just conceivably might be when you go to one of these upcoming events from some of the scouts that are going to attend.
That's right, and they get scouts from all over the place. I've seen them from Harvard. I've seen them from Minnesota. I've seen them, Boston College. I mean, you get them all over back east out there. and they do show up. Yes, they do. I mean, the broadcast does help, as some colleges, want to sit and watch, and they tune in. But a majority of them do show up, and these girls are really well respected that way. I mean, this is a very high end league, and for people that are tuning in for the first time, this is something that you should put on your calendar. It's not just for the playoffs, but for years to come too.
Yeah, it's a very exceptional product, and I know it's growing from when I first enrolled my daughter to play minor hockey, albeit it was 1977 when I enrolled her to play, and the comment I got was, well, I'm sorry, but girls don't play hockey. And I know things have changed and how it's turned around, but you look at the way it goes right now, and albeit my daughter's a goaltender, she's got 3 young kids of her own right now, and ironically, the first one's not a goalie. Melissa does whatever she wants to do. She's a real sweetheart. But Stephanie's a goaltender, and my daughter and my granddaughter now go out, and they actually, it sounds funny when you say it, but they actually go out, and the ladies that are listening to this right now, they will understand this. They actually go out and they do instruction for young girls that are playing ringette goal, because ladies, dealing with ladies, not to be negative, but dealing with ladies, young women, and dealing with boys is a completely different mindset. Different hormones involved. And my daughter goes out, and if a girl, something goes wrong, and my daughter's talking to her or something like that, she starts to cry, my daughter can read her like a fine textbook. So they are getting more involved with the actual training for goaltenders to help them out, because girls relate better to girls. Guys, we just flip right out, and if nothing doesn't go right, we get mad and we wonder why and all that stuff. And that's not to be negative to the guys. They do a great job. But we can't do that. We've got to be more proactive and spend a lot more time helping them out.
Exactly, and that's exactly what's happened. Is girls hockey is so popular. You're seeing not only that, but like I said, in Ontario, we had the general manager for the women's team national team come out and look at a few players, and we had an excellent interview with her out there. And they take this very, very seriously, and the girls don't get paid like the men do. They don't have the pro leagues like the men do, that kind of thing. But this is something that's huge, and the JW has really, really done a fantastic job. From what I've seen from my times here, when I started out working with the Steelers and just doing video for them, and then asking to get into the broadcasting. So, Steve, we just want to thank you again for an absolute fantastic job that you have done here. You're very professional, excellent to work with, and all the other broadcasters here of Jared and who's the other one? Sorry,
you forgot it.
Yeah, I forgot. I got so much stuff always running through my mind.
I know. Real quick, we talk about what they're doing and where they want to go down the road and how it's all going to end up. And the fact that girls can't play hockey, well, now they can. Now they're taking it to a whole new level, and I really wish them all the best, because I think this is just marvelous. Guys do what they want to do. All I want to tell the parents is, when you go to a game, and you've heard me rag on the officials a little bit throughout different things, but I'll be honest and right blunt. I've officiated, and you're going to know how old I am right now when I tell you this, but I've officiated for well over 60 years. I've had the luxury of spending 5 years working pro hockey. I had an absolute ball. It was a fun time, and I was always told one thing as a referee: be yourself, and you're never too old to keep learning. The minute somebody tells you something, you say, yeah, I know that. Sell your skates, sell your whistle, because get out of the sport and take up table tennis, because you're going to be far better off, and the game will be better off for you. Everybody has to understand. I get extremely frustrated when I go and I watch people in the stands holler at, and I'm not talking about the older officials, the younger officials that are 13, 14, 15, and the parents are hollering and they're saying stuff, and they haven't got 2 clues to rub together about the rule that's even taken place. Let the kids be kids. Let them grow up. Tomorrow's another day, and if you think you can do a better job, well, go to a referee's clinic and come on out and help, because we need an awful lot of help. We really need tons of help, and that's not just in Canada for Hockey Canada, but that's also in AHOS in the States as well. We need tons of help, because nowadays, we talked about the players going to the Olympics in Beijing. They are right now, I'll tell you, because I know a lot of the supervisors that do the officiating for different levels, they are actually looking for officials, women officials, female officials, to go over and referee in the games in Beijing coming up. And so just because you might not make it as a player, set your sights on it and go on in and become a referee or an official, because if you know the game, you can do whatever you set your sights to.
It's exactly true, and it's the same with me when I grew up playing junior hockey, and I bumped my knee out and I couldn't do it anymore, and it set me in a new direction in my life. And it can happen that just not with women, but the boys too, of course, but the women here. Like we said, unfortunately, every single one of these players are not going to get on the Olympic team. but there is so much future in sports for women that they can do so many other things in.
Yeah, there are. And I get extremely frustrated when I see all the cheap late hits and all that stuff. And I, for one, I mean, I know one of the big concerns right now, and not getting off topic, I know one of the big concerns I have is the frustration, the cheap hot hits, the late hits, the hits from behind where players fall into the boards. I know there's also been discussion in Canada and the province of British Columbia here about the possibility of maybe putting a line out from the boards, possibly, say, 10 feet, out from the boards around the entire rink, just to keep sort of an awareness thing so that when you're checking a player, you can visually maybe see the line so you know that you're not going to check a player, because in the province of British Columbia, they have, for Pacific Coast Amateur Hockey, they have what they call stop patches. It's actually a triangular, just like a stop sign when you drive down the street. It's on the back of their sweater. It's right between their shoulder blades on the back. So when you're checking a player, they think you're going to become a little more visible and be aware. Doesn't always happen, but if you can prevent one serious injury, that I say a lot, and anything you can improve, do to improve the game, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I agree, and that is so important, and you don't want to see any hockey player get hurt at any level, and I think the future holds it right there. Very well said, Steve. We have seen a few injuries this year here, and hopefully all of them have recovered completely, because these girls are out here, number one thing, and that's to get an education, and then they don't want to be ruined by that.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, if they get an education, good for them, because we were talking off camera between periods right there. We've had the luxury of talking to some of the young ladies playing today and the course of the weekend, and they tell us what they want to do. The only one that nobody ever said they wanted to do was be an astronaut. I mean, they said a lot of different things. Oh, and they didn't say they wanted to be politicians. Nobody ever told me that either. But they want to do all sorts of other stuff. And man, oh man, there's some smart young ladies out here.
There is, and they're very well respected out here, and they love their teammates, and it's so good for them, and they're very mature young ladies out here that come out and play. Like I said, we've seen this for 7 or 8 years, and I'm just always blown away how these girls have their focus set in life, and I think it's just a great thing. And nobody already can come out and maybe afford to put these, their daughters in this type of league, but it shows a really good example of how your daughter can actually get a goal and really stick to it.
It's interesting. We've had the luxury of going around watching different games, and even today, you come out, you watch the young ladies. They do their pregame warm-up and all that stuff, and some of them, they act like maybe the way they goof around and throw the ball, and we were watching them earlier on. They were playing hide and seek with each other, and some of them you're looking, you're going, man, oh man, you don't look like you're, I guess you would say mature enough to play hockey, but then they lace their skates, they tighten them up, and man, it's like a Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah. They just turn into a whole different person.
Yeah, they do. They're very close. Every ones that do it. There's not much more I can say. All I can say is that it's great that we've grown so much with the JW and what this league is all about, and I love what we do. Our production company loves what we do, and like I said, we want to keep going with the JW and bring the broadcast every year the best we can. So I want to thank you, Steve, for coming on board. Like we said, we had you out for the China Steelers game, which
I thought you were going to send me over to China or something like
that. No. Well, we asked you for the first time. It was just down at the Oval, so
that was a ball. That was a fun time. We're talking about the Richmond Olympic Oval in 2010 for the Olympics and Paralympic Games, coinciding with Whistler, and that's where they had the speed skating championship. Yeah. But this has been an absolute ball. It's been fun for me to come out and be a huge part of. Yeah. I really appreciate not you just bringing ourselves on and helping out as well, but Bruce Nolte's helped me out immensely, doing a lot of the work behind the scenes, arranging the interviews for us as well, and I really appreciate that. All the volunteers, the different broadcasters that I made the luxury of contacting with and getting them on board as well. Coaches, the players, all the trainers. They're what I call the unsung heroes. All the people behind the scenes. They're volunteers. And I ask you an honest question. You get the volunteers. When was the last time in any sport you ever went out and saw a volunteer and walked up to him and said, thanks for being a volunteer?
Exactly. And one thing he's talked about, Bruce, your assistant there, he's done a remarkable job. And fortunately, in every rink that we go to, we're not going to have that type of assistant, but it does help when people do that. And volunteering is probably one of the best things you can do. Volunteering is what I call the unsung heroes in the world of sport. And lastly, just before I let you go, you talked about if people have any questions, concerns, what they would like to see. If you have a realistic concern you would like to see changed, and they are very honest, because let's face it, the parents are honest, as are the players as well that might be listening into this later on. If they want to send you information, is it possible to do? And if so, what is your email or Twitter handle they can get a hold of you through? Well, anybody, they can go right through the league. I mean, basically, I'm not going to throw my email out there, but they can go right through the league, either to Kush or Bill or Jeff or anybody out there, if they have any ideas out there for the broadcast or what's going to make it better, even for the league or whatever. These guys are wonderful to work for, Steve. They really are. It starts from Cush all the way down to the whole people that are involved and all the coaches and everything, and they're also open and understanding about it. And I just want to say one other thing too, for all the parents out there that do watch this. We thank you for all your patience, and we don't like to make mistakes when we do broadcasts, but sometimes when you do 18 to 26 games a weekend, it's bound to happen. And it happened a couple times this weekend, and we want to get back, and if we do make one, we actually fix it. That's our main priority, is we want to get it as perfect as we can. But as you know from doing broadcasting yourself, you can't get a perfect something into a bottle that doesn't fit.
Not at all. Patience is an extreme virtue, and I remember my mother always told me, once, rest my mother's soul, when she was alive, she told me that if everybody in the world was perfect, it'd be a unique world, but she said there was only one person in the world that was perfect, and he got crucified.
Yes, he did. Okay, I'm going to let you go, Steve. You can sign off, and I want to thank everybody again from Danny Upstell here in IH Video Productions. And we'll all see you hopefully next year, and it'll be a bigger and better broadcast. So thanks for listening.
Thanks very much, Dan. I appreciate your time and appreciate your comments adding to it after the third period. The game has come to a conclusion right now, and, of course, the entire weekend's come to a conclusion. And, of course, you've been listening to me hounding about the weekend out here in Vancouver. It's snowy, it's miserable, and just a little bit of insight, just because we're so passionate about what we do. We never even left the complex last night. We actually stayed. We slept in the referee's room overnight on the floor, because if we had have left and got out of here, we might not have got back to do the broadcast today, just because of the road conditions and the weather conditions. So we left here, went up the road, had a bite to eat, and then managed to come back and find our way back here. It's been an absolute ball, despite the fact that the floor is a little bit hard and I didn't have my own personal pillow. My little dog wasn't lying beside me, but it's been an absolute blast. We've enjoyed it. You can follow me, as I mentioned earlier on. You can follow me on Twitter. It's just at SportsWave. My website, which is www.sportswave.ca, is set up to promote amateur sports, and there's a fine mix with pros, I'll admit that, but there is initially set up to promote amateur sports. If you have a sport you want promoted, feel more than free to send me an email. My email address is sportswave@dccnet.com. I will get back to you. I will promote the sport up for you and your sporting community in which you live, regardless of where you live. Send me a story, whatever you might want to tell me, and I will promote anything, because my logic is real simple. The future of the world are the young people today. It's not what I do. It's not what the older people do. It's all about today's kids, because, man, oh, man, are they ever masterful at what they do. And we felt that firsthand this weekend, dealing with Mateo about all the magic that he knows, how to deal things and set organized equipment up. It's been an absolute blast. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been an exceptional weekend here coming to Vancouver. I hope to talk to you more in the off season and maybe next year, but feel more than free to get a hold of me. And I see the young girls over on the far side coming back out to do some stretching and waving. So I hope they had an absolute blast, as well as all the parents. Thanks to everyone that sent notes on Twitter, and I really hope you enjoyed this broadcast from the entire weekend. On behalf of everyone with the JWHL, Danny, I'm Steve Erickson, everyone behind the scenes. Thanks very much for tuning in and listening for this entire weekend. As always, I sign off. Till our next time we talk. Till the next time, if you don't play sport, at least be one.